Briology. Welcome to Briology 101. I'm Bri. And welcome to the journey of becoming fruitful. So we're going to have to talk about it. Let's talk about the moment where you are doing everything. You're doing everything. When you are following the blueprint, you're doing everything right, but it seems like nothing is moving. This is the moment where you start to question if you even heard God correctly. Did he say to start this business? Did he say to go part-time at my job? Did he say? But this is exactly the thing where God is teaching us the beauty in staying faithful in the thing, even when it doesn't feel fruitful. One of the things that I know for certain about faith is not proven when everything's happening. Faith is more likely to be proven when it appears that nothing is happening at all, when you're having to wait, when you're having to see if that prayer was answered. It was heard, but was it answered? The wait, that is where faith is proven. When I've had to learn that faith isn't about feeling motivated, trusting God isn't about feeling motivated, obeying God isn't about feeling motivated. Faith is trust in God and what he said in action, regardless of what it looks like. There were seasons where I showed up online and I felt like I was doing the things, but it also felt like nobody noticed. No sales, 1,000 views and 4 likes on post. It felt like no comments. It was maybe a spam DM, no sales, nothing. But in that moment, we have to realize that God isn't measuring your amount of sales. He's not measuring your amount of views. He's measuring your obedience. You begin to feel like nothing's happening. I want you to switch your perspective and put faith back in the forefront. Faith has to lead your movements, not your feelings, not your motivation, not your trauma. Faith has to lead. You either are going to follow God, you're either going to follow God in his directions, or you're not. There's no in between there. Most of the time, God is looking at the consistency that you have in a small thing. Can he trust you with the small audience? Can he trust you with visibility before he gives you the influence? So I'm going to ask you, can he trust you with visibility? Can he trust you with the small audience before he gives you influence? Have you ever thought about what it looks like if you were speaking in front of an audience of 50? That's what it looks like when you have 50 likes or 50 views. Instead of doing the online space, think about a movie theater filled with 100 people. That's a lot of people to talk in front of. That's a lot of people to be on stage in front of. Same as your content. Same as you showing up in the way that God is wanting for you to show up in. Steward the small, lead with faith, steward even when it feels like nothing is happening at all. And it is okay to say that you were in business to make money. I don't know. I just want to side note this. You are in business to make money. It is okay to say that this business that the Lord has given me will create financial stability, not just for myself, but for everyone around me. Like, that's okay. Like, we got to stop acting like God's not in the financial details. Okay, that's why we be... Never mind. Let's get back to point two. Here's another point that I would like to make. That even though sometimes it looks like nothing is happening, God is still very much moving behind the scenes. Something is still happening. Every season, every assignment has a quiet season, an underground season, a hidden season. I like to call this time a root growing season. This is where the very thing that you're trying to birth, the very thing that you're trying to do and accomplish is getting its foundation together. It's getting its roots together. A lot of times the roots need to be taken care of in you first. You need patience. You need consistency. You need long suffering. You need character development, and these things are working. The roots are being built in the quiet seasons. Okay? Just because it's silent doesn't mean it's still. I want you to think about Joseph. Everybody uses Joseph. His pit season, his prison season, the quiet season prepared him for the palace. Go read your word. Go read your word. He couldn't skip the process of the quiet season where it looks like I'm trying to do everything. I'm interpreting dreams like Joseph. I'm doing the things and nothing is happening. Everyone forgot about me. This is the quiet season. Okay, I can preach on that, but we're not trying to be long-winded on this here video. We'll come back, subscribe for more. But in this same way, this quiet season, this hidden season, is where God is developing the depth that you need, the capacity that you need to carry what it is that you're praying for. Okay? Because the answer may be heavy. You need depth. That is what the root growing season is about. That is why it's a quiet season. You know, we don't understand sometimes that the things that we are praying for requires a certain capacity, requires a certain depth of you, a different level of you to handle what it is that we're praying for, to handle what it is that we're working towards, to handle the goal that we want to achieve. There's a different level that of you that has to show up. So in this quiet season where it seems like nothing is moving, everything is moving. Everything is still moving. Being faithful in the little things isn't glamorous, but it becomes an undeniable step when you look back. But when you show up consistently, not perfectly, but faithfully, you are creating a trail of evidence for your brain. Even in moments where it feels like nothing's happening, you are creating a trail of evidence for your brain that faith works. You're creating evidence for your audience like, wow, she showed up. She's showing up. She's here every day. She's here every Wednesday, 6 o'clock on the dot, whether there's 2 people or 500. She's showing up. That's evidence that you're trustworthy. Evidence for yourself that you are capable of stewarding what it is that God has for you to steward, even when it doesn't look prosperous. You were still, but because it was from God, it is a prosperous thing. Even the thought of it is prosperous. And He has gifted you the honor and the opportunity to steward it. So pushing through even these quiet moments builds evidence for yourself that I can be trusted. I can trust myself with what God gave me to steward over. It is such a valuable moment in these seasons because you're telling your brain that I'm working the assignment. I'm not burying it. I'm working my talents. I'm not burying my talents. I'll put the story up here, but you already know where I'm going. Faithfulness in this season, in a quiet season, when it looks like nothing is happening, is indeed preparation. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few ways to stay faithful when motivation is low. That worked for me. These things worked for me, right? And I pray that it works for you. I was leading a 30-day challenge in the month of October with some sticky buns. Hey, sticky buns. And it was for content creation. This 30-day challenge was for content creation. And on one of the teachings, one of the lives that I did during that spoke about motivation. Now, I found some interesting tidbits about motivation, but I want to share with you real quick one thing, and then we'll move on into the tips. Motivation, studies have shown that motivation does not just happen. You don't just get motivated to do something. Motivation happens and is ignited in your brain after you've done something. So you just can't sit and say, I'm gonna lose all of this weight when I'm motivated, when I feel like it. You actually have to take the step. You have to start walking. You have to go do your meal prep. You have to go to the grocery store. You have to do something to spark motivation. Motivation is literally a moment. It's literally a spark in your brain, but it will not just happen on its own. So when motivation is low, when you don't feel motivated to do something, do something. Do something. So a few practical tips to stay faithful while you feel fruitless. Number one, keep the word before you. Scriptures are literally steps for you that will keep you steady when your emotions are not. And I am an emotional girly, so I need the scriptures before me. So number one, keep the word before you. Number two, follow the plan. Routine protects you from inconsistency. Routines protect you from inconsistency. Follow the plan. My favorite tip that I do every time I feel a little rattled: remove the noise. Remove the noise that distracts your focus. Simple as that. If it's keeping you from focusing, remove it. Being faithful during a quiet season is very hard to do when your mind is cluttered. Very hard thing to do. So muting unnecessary noises, muting unnecessary voices. You don't need to talk to Pookie and them every day. Limiting scrolling because that's messing with your concentration, or setting boundaries around your creative time protects the obedience. Clearing mental noise makes clarity and hearing a lot easier. Next tip, celebrate the small wins. Okay, now visionary, now I'm talking to you, okay? You know who I'm talking to. For the people who move so quick into the very next thing that they never slow down enough to celebrate a moment, you're gonna burn out. You're going to burn out because you're going to always seem like you're doing, and your brain has not processed reward. But you're doing. And a lot of times you may find your value in the doing because you've never been recognized in anything else. You've never been recognized for an accomplishment, but you were recognized in the doing of a thing. So you're always going, and never stopping to celebrate. Celebrate yourself. And my last tip, stay connected to community and accountability. Community has helped me tremendously. Having the days set aside every couple of weeks to spend time and talk to my accountability partners has been transforming. Joining a community, joining a membership has been transforming. Isolation will kill your consistency. I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube, but isolation will your consistency. So if you're in a place where you're wondering, God, when is it my turn? I want you to just remember this, that your faithfulness in this quiet season is positioning you for the harvest that you've been praying for. In other words, staying consistent even when it's quiet and it doesn't look like there's much happening is truly preparing you for when everything is happening. Keep showing up. Keep stewarding your assignment. It'll come. If today's episode spoke to you, it's probably because something's stirring inside of you to stop shrinking and to start stewarding all of the assignment that has been given to you. And guess what? You don't have to navigate this season alone. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Be sure to follow me on both of these Instagram. This one's for business. This one's for becoming. Your next level will not start when you're ready. Your next level starts when you're obedient. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, Sticky Buns.